Good morning, guys. So today is Thursday morning, and it's like 9:30 a.m. and I'm out here sitting on our balcony, and I'm protected by this bug, like a bug deterrent. I actually think it really works because the other day I was out here peeling garlic, and I only saw one spider. Actually, two spiders, but I think it was the same spider. It was like crawling somewhere along here, and then the second one was crawling on me because I like knocked it off my shoulder. So I'm thinking it was that pesky little first spider, not a different spider. But anyways, I'm just came to chat a little bit, and I'm kind of stretching also, trying to stretch. This morning I made some sulfur oil and oiled my scalp with it. All I did was I mixed a little, like maybe a 3/4 or a half a teaspoon of the sulfur powder, and I mixed it in with, say, 1/4 cup of castor oil and like a tablespoon of jojoba oil, and I mixed all of that into an oil applicator, and I parted. Obviously this is not my hair is under here, but then I undid all my braids and just applied all the oils. And our neighbors are here. Neighbors! So we'll see how that goes. I'll give you an update as to if the sulfur oil is working with my seborrheic dermatitis. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do some stretches. I know you're not supposed to stretch while you're not warmed up, like if you haven't done any exercises, but sometimes I just always feel like I need to stretch, like my muscles itch. Do you guys ever get that feeling? I get it all the time lately. This is just stretching both my calf and my hip flexor. This is stretching my hamstring. Oh, so for some reason this leg is tighter than the other leg. That's one thing I'm gonna start trying to work on is muscle imbalances, because this leg right here has definitely got imbalances in it. Like my hip, my hamstring has tightness, more tightness than this side, because this side I can do this, but this side, I mean, it appears that I can do it, but like my experience of it is, it's more difficult. I've thought about trying yoga, but I'm the type of person, for some reason, that doesn't like to hold positions for a very long time. I like the idea of dynamic yoga, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. It's like, I just made up that term just now, but it's basically doing yoga positions, but like only holding them for like 5 seconds and then moving on. Dynamic stretching. I guess you could classify dancing as dynamic stretching, because really, dancing is just fluid stretching. That is, if you're a good dancer. So this and that car sounded like a leaf blower. So this right here is, it stretches out your hip muscles, and it's also a good test. I was looking at a YouTube video. It's a good test to see if you have any muscle imbalances. Like if you can't, okay, as you can hear, there's a fire alarm going off. Wow, that's annoying. So, it's to test. I mean, that sounded really selfish, but like, I hope nobody's hurt, but at the same time, I have something I'm trying to do and it's interfering. So, this test, if you have muscle imbalances, like, if you're trying to do this and your feet want to go out, then that's a sign that you have a muscle imbalance. So you just want to keep everything straight, like this. So I'll try to do that, just to. I need to get a yoga mat. It's kind of dirty out here. Like, there's stuff everywhere. So, anyways, continuing the stretching. This right here is pretty good. It's a good exercise for your outer hips and your outer thigh muscle. So like this muscle right here. Okay, there goes the fire alarm again. Okay, then it went off. So, this muscle that connects your knee to your butt or something like that, it's good for that. And you don't want that to get tight because, again, that will create muscle imbalances. So, you want all of your muscles to be equally limber. Oh, is that us? Wow. Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking that the fire alarm was coming from somewhere else, but it's actually coming from inside of our own apartment. My mom's she was making bacon. You're making bacon? Anyways. So that's kind of like a life lesson. Like, next time you get mad at like an inconvenience going on, you know, you never know. It could be your own house. It could be your own family that is the inconvenience, but who actually has a real problem going on. But yeah, it's difficult because we live like in a world where everybody's separate. As you can see, everybody has their own separate apartment houses, and it's difficult to imagine somebody being your sister, your mother, your father, and caring about them as you would your own family. But really, that's what makes the world go round. Love, as they say. Love makes the world go round. Go round. This is a good stretch for your that same muscle, that side thigh muscle that I was stretching on the ground. And also your inner thigh, your hip muscle. So this is good. Like I was saying, dynamic stretching is just like dancing. Like right now I'm stretching out my outer thighs and my inner hips. This is good for everyone to do, not just if you're a dancer, but if you're a runner, to stretch out your hips so you won't have muscle imbalances and overactive muscles, underactive muscles, and you won't get injured. Dynamic stretching, dynamic yoga. Hello up there. So today I kind of have a big day. I didn't want to talk about it because I usually don't like talking about personal things or, you know, but I've decided that I would like to start doing that a little bit more. I know I mentioned on another video that it's important to be honest. And that was in pertaining to mental health, but I think it's also important for me to be honest about the important things that are going on in my life. Because I hate half stories. I hate people who do YouTube or social media and then just like put out the good stuff, or like part like what they want you to see, because that misleads people. And yeah, it's people's choice whether they want to partake in your content or not. Yes, it's their choice to look at your half story, but we all have personal responsibility. So it's not a good excuse to say, well, it's people's choice if they want to look at my YouTube video or not. And if they want to not look at my half story, then they could just go to somebody else's channel. But this is not about that. This is about personal integrity. Okay, right now I'm stretching out my calf muscle. This is about personal integrity and doing the right thing. So that's why putting out your full story is important, if you're going to even be putting out anything. And that's just my personal thing that I'm going to start doing. So today is a big day because I have my SSI hearing for Social Security. I applied for Social Security in 2016, and the reason why is because Social Security is for people who are not able to work full time due to a disability. And so it's for people who have not worked enough to get Social Security, actual Social Security benefits, but who have limited work experience and are low income. It's for people who don't have any income, which is me right now because I'm not currently working. Yeah, I'm not employed. So, okay, right now I'm doing a quad stretch. So, it's a pretty big deal because I've done a lot to prepare for this. I've had a lot of doctors' visits, hospital visits, appointments, and vocational rehab appointments and things like that. So here's a spider. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, you probably can't see it, but it's a spider basically like scurrying along in the web, pulling some type of bundle up. Cause it's funny, a lot of times I only see the spider web and I never see the spider in the web. So that's kind of like a first. But anyways, so I had that appointment today. I'm actually going to see the judge. So, yeah. So that's one thing I have to do today. And then I have to call Troy Montgomery, because I plan to take at least one class there. It's like an accounting class, and it's a prerequisite that you need to get your MBA. So, and I've always kind of wanted to learn more about accounting and finance. if anything, just for personal reasons. So now I'm just stretching again my outer hip and also like this part of my leg. I like stretches where it's like multiple muscles at one time. This is a really good stretch. Do the other. So I'm holding this phone like over the balcony right now, and I keep thinking, what if it falls? That would really suck. My phone would shatter. It would actually fall on my mom's car. I don't know if you can see it. But I used to do sports in high school, and I was not like a stretcher type of person. I hated stretching. And now I think it's coming back to bite me. Like, I would just rush through the stretches. And now as I'm trying to get more flexible, I'm realizing how much better I could have been had I been more flexible. Also, they say, like, in terms of dynamic stretching or like non-static stretching, it's okay to do dynamic, like, to move while you're stretching if you haven't warmed up yet. You know how they say don't bounce when you stretch? Like, don't go like this. It's okay to do it if you haven't warmed up yet. But if you're already warm, then it's a good idea just to hold the stretch and don't bounce. And I think they say that because when you're warmed up, your muscles are more limber and stretchy. And so bouncing could overextend the muscle that's already extended. But when you're not warmed up and you bounce, your muscles aren't already stretched out. And so it poses less of a risk of a pulled muscle or overextension. I like this stretch also because it stretches out your hip muscles and just your hip muscles. This one also stretches out your hip muscles, your front hip flexor. I don't really like this stretch though because it doesn't offer as much of an opportunity to do anything dynamic. I mean, yeah, you can go like side to side like this and stretch different parts of your thigh. But then this leg is just kind of like not doing anything. The other leg is not. And then once you get ready to go and stretch this leg, it's like tight and stuff. This one. So it's like you have to start from square one all over again. another hamstring stretch. Also trying to like work on my shoulders, stretching. This is a good stretch right here. I like because you're stretching out your chest, your arms, and your leg at the same time. Then if you point your toe, you're stretching out all of this right here too. So it's like the full body stretch. And then if you do your head like this, you're stretching your neck. But that's not necessary. So that was my stretches for today, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.